Our view of the past is often blurry. It is clouded by bias of one sort or another, hampered by incomplete memories, and frequently softened by nostalgia. Calling the past history has a way of formalizing the collection of memories into a sort of canonized historical narrative. Events occur, fall into a fixed chronology, and are left there for observation. History often has a sense of inevitability. History, though, is anything but fixed or inevitable. The events comprising the chronology derive from the memories of the people who were there. But people do not remember the same event the same way. Historical documents, which provide the basis for our view of historic events, are nothing more than personal memories. The collection of these memories becomes history. But history is more than just the memory of events. It is the memory of the perception of events. Perceptions vary with each individual. Biases, experiences, time, physical viewpoint, faulty memory, all combine to create our individual perception. Two people can see the exact same scenario in two very different ways, creating two separate primary sources that may contradict each other. Neither memory is wrong, and neither memory is right. If a memory can even be correct, since it is, after all, the perception of the event stored in the brain, not objective data. But the perceptions of the events are all most historians can rely on. Archaeology can prove, disprove, or question some historical facts. At the Little Bighorn, for example, a wildfire cleared away the grass and underbrush, allowing a full archaeological dig in the early 1980s. The results of the dig questioned the interpretation of the battle. Photographs, paintings, and drawings can provide other clues, but the primary means of interpreting human history has been the written word. Before the advent of audio recording, film, and camera shutter speeds quick enough to photograph action, there was simply no way to capture events in real time. The principal tool of conveying the human experience to future generations was pen and paper. Perhaps those jotted words eventually found their way to a printing press for broader reading. Maybe the family or community passed down local history through stories from generation to generation. Truly extraordinary events were eventually elevated to the status of myth or legend, becoming nearly unassailable. But they all started as memories. A basic understanding of how memory works, then, is vital. Memories are affected by an incredible number of factors. For example, the place the person stood when he experienced the event affected what he saw. His past experience affected how he perceived it. Was he scared, determined,